to Budget 2019 under the caption, Transforming the Economy, Empowering People, Building Sustainable Communities for the Good Life. I wish to, first of all, respond to the Honorable Minister Valerie Garrido-Low. Listening to the Honorable Minister, I wonder if we are living in the same country, Guyana. And I wonder where all this money was spent, particularly when we talk about the HAZE program. And from 2016 to 2018, it is recorded $2.3 billion was spent on this program. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister also said the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples has been transforming the life of the indigenous peoples.
For the worse.
I wonder, that is why I'm wondering if we are living in the same country. Because as I walk this land, as I visit villages and communities, I have not seen this transformation. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister says 3,795 youths were trained. And the Honorable Minister further said that 2,054 small businesses.
What a lie, more lies.
I would really like, Mr. Speaker, and I'm asking the Honorable Minister to lay over to this House the information, the name of the villages, the name of the villages, the name of the persons who established these businesses. Because, sir, I have visited, and I make it a point when I go out there to ask about this project, to ask about the businesses that was established. And so I find it very inaccurate, sir. It's not accurate, sir, that 2,054 small businesses established by those persons who were trained under the HAZE project.
Lie and more lies.
I wonder, it makes me wonder, is this part of the $865 million that cannot be really accounted for?
Yes, might be, there it is.
I'm wondering, sir. And sir, as to put our mind at ease, and for us to know, we would like the Honorable Minister to lay over to this House, give us the information. There must be records there to show which villages and who are those youths.
Yes.
We would like to know. The minister also mentioned that the youths were part of the recently or the earlier election in this year, the 2000 councillors election. I am very happy to know that maybe, yes, some of the youths are on board in village council. But what I know happened at that election is the interference, the political interference from members on the other side of the House. That is what I know. That is what I know, Mr. Speaker. Political interference by ministers and others from the other side of the House. And that should not be, sir. That should not be. We do not want interference in our village elections. And it happened. That is for sure what happened. I am not sure how much of the HAZE youths, the youths who participate in the HAZE program, are on board in the village council. If they are on board, I am happy. I'm not sure. But I am quite sure that political interference, it happened in our last election. That's what I know. Sir, I've listened to the Monkey Mountain Project. And I've heard that before and before and before. And now I would like to purchase something that is made from precious stones. I would like to, come on, could I have a ring? Could I have an earring? Could I have something that is made from precious stone? Please. Please. So let us see the evidence. Let us have the evidence of what is happening. We want to see. We've been hearing about the tomato ketchup and the salad dressing. I am happy.
Wait there.
I am happy to know that we can produce this in our villages, but we want the evidence. We want to know. We want to know if the people are now being paid more than $20 per pound for their tomato. We want to know how much the farmers are receiving, because the last year I know they were getting $20 a pound. We would like to know how much now. How much now they're being paid per pound for their tomato. We want to see evidence, sir. Because when we listen to all these figures of money that are being spent, we listen to figures. Money being spent here, there, and everywhere. And when we go out there, the evidence is not there. So come on, bring the evidence. Bring the evidence. Let us know that in Santa Rosa, from 2 years' time unto 100 years, coffee will be the thing. Coffee will be in your blood. Coffee was always in the blood of the Santa Rosa people. Always. So, we are happy. The Honorable Minister mentioned Smith's Creek. Smith's Creek, of course, the people in those areas live over the water. Honorable Minister, yes, we know they live over the water. I born and grow in the Pomeroon, where I know when you build your house near to the river, is the water coming under your house. I am well aware of that. What could be done of that? I don't know. Honorable Minister, I would like to know how you change the situation of the people of Smith's Creek. How you change it?
She doesn't know where Smite Creek is.
I am happy to hear that something is being done so the children walking from Chinapau to PK would no longer sleep in the forest, or they will still sleep in the forest, but under better condition. Which one? I'm not quite sure. Honorable Minister, while I listen to you on all the bits and pieces of development, I would want to say that the indigenous peoples must have a planned program. We don't want piecemeal development. We want a plan. Let us see what is the plan for the development of indigenous peoples in this country. Mr. Speaker, I now turn my attention to the matter that is under discussion. Budget 2019. Budget 2019, under the caption of transforming the economy, empowering people, building sustainable communities for the good life. Again, Mr. Speaker, we're hearing about this good life. But from this side of the House, Budget 2019 lacks the ingredients for the good life. And if you don't have the ingredients as a housewife who know how to cook, if you don't have the ingredients, you cannot produce a proper meal. What you will produce? You will produce a tasteless meal. So I would like to say, Mr. Speaker, this budget that lacks the ingredients, it is tasteless. It is a tasteless budget. In 2018, we heard about the journey to the good life. The journey, we were on a journey to the good life, walking towards the good life, searching for the good life, something, but we were on a journey. Today now, transforming the economy. Budget 2019 fails to meet the expectation of the Guyanese people. Failed to meet the expectation of us, Guyanese people. Mr. Speaker, as I look at Budget 2019, permit me to look at this budget from an indigenous point of view. Now let me look at agriculture. Agriculture 2017, an allocation of 20.6 billion was allocated for agriculture. 2018, 19.4 billion. 2019, 17.1 billion. But Mr. Speaker, my question is, from 2017, how much could the Honorable Minister tell us what percentage, what part of this budget was spent in Amerindian villages and communities?
Tell me.
2019, I would like to know the same thing, and 2017, where we see a decrease in the budget. So my point is, if nothing was done in 2017 and 2019, nothing substantial, what are we going to have now in 2017 when the budget is much, 2019 when the budget is much smaller? I am saying 2017 because the allocation is $17.1 billion. That is why I said 2017. Okay? We would like to know. We would like to know, sir, because agriculture, we were always involved. We are involved in agriculture. We always, agriculture is our life. We live on what we produce. And now, in all the talks of development and in all the talks of the good life, I would like to know what percentage of this budget has been identified to spend in Amerindian villages and community so that we can expand, in the area of agriculture, so that we can be part of this good life with our contribution in agriculture. I would like that question to be answered, sir. I would like to know, where is the plan? Where is the plan? Where are the projects that would help the Amerindian peoples of this country to expand in the field of agriculture? I would like to know that, sir. Sir, with regards of economic development, it is our right, and the government has an obligation to promote and to ensure our social, economic, and cultural development. There is no doubt about that, sir. There is an obligation by government to ensure that we also develop with the rest of this country. Sir, as I looked, I am not wondering, I know what I have to say or what I want to say. Let me look at Destination Guyana, sir. When we talk about Destination Guyana, and when we talk about tourism, and when we talk about visitors coming to Guyana, no visitors are coming to see Georgetown. No way.
Bandits.
No way. They are not coming to see Georgetown. They are coming excited to go out there in our hinterland and rural areas. They're coming to see us, the first peoples of this country. That is what they're coming to. And they're coming to see where we live and what we have to offer. And so, as such, I said, sir, with regards to building sustainable communities for the good life, sir, funds must be set aside for our indigenous peoples to enhance our agro-tourism and tourism in all other forms, sir, in our rural and hinterland areas, to educate us, to build our capacity, to build structures. Funds, special funds, must be set aside, sir, or else don't talk tourism. Nobody is coming to see Georgetown. No way. Destination Guyana. When you look, sir, at those brochures, when you look at the tourism guide, who do you see? Our indigenous peoples. We are in the forefront, sir, and as such, I am calling on the government, we are calling on the government, make funds available for us to develop tourism in this country. Destination Guyana is the hinterland and not Georgetown. And therefore, special attention must be paid to the hinterland areas. We are not going to stay at the back and you're saying Destination Guyana. No, sir. Let us look, sir, I would like to raise a matter here, sir, social cohesion. Sir, I see a lot of money here now being allocated. $480 million.
I'll remember you have 5 minutes remaining.
Sir, I would like to say social cohesion, I think, is a mockery. We as indigenous peoples have been discriminated against, and I just want to say, sir, as recently as last week, an 8-year child from the Mainstay Lake Primary School who earned his spot at the national level was discriminated against.
Tell them.
Was discriminated against.
Son.
And it's unacceptable. We have seen earlier this year, I think it was, when a little boy, Jason Chacon, was humiliated because of his cultural wear. But what do we expect, sir? What do we expect when officials on the other side can stand up boldly and say, we will give work to our people, the PNC, and we will do this and we will do that? What do we expect at the bottom, sir? Social cohesion. I am thinking if members on the other side understand the meaning of cohesion. And therefore I call on Honorable Minister Norton, sir, you got a big job, and you need to start on that side of the house first. You need to start over there, sir, before you step out. It is unacceptable what we have to go through, but what our children, I am strong, I can take anything. It doesn't matter to me, I can fight back, sir. But our children, the rights of the child, our children are being humiliated, our children are being discriminated against, our children are denied their rights, and it is unacceptable, sir. Sir, we talk about education. I would like to see that the Ministry of Education have a special package to address our teachers, hinterland teachers I'm talking about. We need training. We need more qualified teachers. But that special package is not there. When our teachers come out, they have difficulty. Where are they going to live? What is going to happen to their family? So we need to address that if we are going to upgrade education in our schools in the hinterland area. We need better education, yes. We need more trained teachers, but some special assistance must be given to our hinterland teachers. Sir, I would like to say, the Amerindian Act, it is said in this presentation, sir, that consultation was done in many regions, including Region 2. And sir, I wish to speak for Region 2. 1 day notice and a team arriving cannot be consultation. I spoke with the Tushals of Region 2 and they said they refuse to discuss things at short notice. Sir, what? Mr. Speaker, what happened to free, prior, and informed consent? I wish to remind the Honorable Minister Ali Cook.
I'll remember you have 2 minutes remaining.
Thank you, sir. I wish to remind you, sir, please make yourself acquainted with the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. And in closing, sir, I wish to remind Minister Alikok, who failed to deliver within the 3 years on the Amerindian Land Titling Project. You have failed, miserable minister. I wish to remind you that on the 3rd day, the 29th of April 1999, at a conference when we were all to shows, when you said that the government should look at land issues with indigenous eyes and not political eyes. And if they listen to us, we know what lands are ours. Sir, Honorable Mr. Speaker, these are things that was said, and I wish to remind the minister now and ask him which eyes he is looking at our land issue in. Which eyes? Is it the political eye or is it the indigenous eye? Because I read recently that he is now eyeing 5 years extension. Eyeing it. I can eye many things, sir. but what will become a reality. I call on the minister, therefore, be active. Remember, land is important to the indigenous peoples of this country. And so, sir, look at it, not through your political eyes now, look at it through your indigenous eyes. I thank you, sir.